Hello guys, how are you doing? Is Samuel here, back with another trade breakdown on one of the derived indices, and today I'm dealing with volatility 75. So this is a setup that I had a few hours ago. I was basically waiting for a long opportunity right in this zone. Okay, I was expecting market to take out this liquidity, come into this zone, and then buy up to these areas. So as I'm speaking, I just got tagged into the trade right about now. So it hasn't yet even moved, but I decided, let me just do a trade breakdown and then just show you how I got to this point. So allow me to just make a copy. Okay, this is fine. It's a 75 copy, and then so you're going to be with me, and then we'll see how far this trade can move. So allow me to just show you before I delete everything that's here. Okay, so this is what we are waiting for. Okay, this is a setup. This is what is happening. We're waiting for market to hit these levels. We had an entry on the 1 minute textbook entry. Okay, you can see textbook entry, change of character, and then return into our order block there. Okay, returning to our order block here. So you can see market is moving, still moving. Probably take some time by the time we hit here, but hopefully we hit TP. So let's go. Let me show you how I did this analysis. Okay, so allow me to go on the daily time frame. So allow me to be here on the daily time frame, and then I'll just clear all my charts here. So in hindsight, we can see something here, which is that market was in a downtrend, but that's just with hindsight. So let me just mark up my structure. Okay, we are at a low here, low, a lower high, and a break of structure here. So I'll mark up my structure. Remember, you have to learn market structure in order for all the setups that I do to make sense to you. So you ought to learn market structure to understand the trend that market is in. Okay, so we had another lower low. Of course, all these are valid, but I won't consider them. I'll just consider the larger swings. Okay, another break of structure here. Okay, and then right about here we had a low. Okay, we had a low, a lower high, a lower low. Okay, and then this was an attempt to take out this high, which it did not. We had nothing closing above that, so all this was just an attempt to close above this, but we successfully closed over here. Okay, so we have what we call the change of character just on top of this, and I'll make this in blue. Okay, so change of character meaning the trend is about to change from what it was, which was a downtrend. Okay, we were creating lower lows and lower highs, and after a change of character we expect now a shift for market to start creating new higher highs and higher lows. So what I want you to observe is that these VIX things, okay, these volatility indices, they love to follow the discount and premium ranges. Okay, so this is a secret, you can write it down. So after a change of character we had market push to the upside. Okay, this is my fib levels. I only have 3 levels, the 50, the 1 and the 0. So we had market push to the upside and then come back into the discount range. Okay, so maybe in the near future I'll be able to distinguish the colors so that you can understand. But this is a premium, so we pull the fib levels from where the move started to where it ended and started retracing. So I did this, and then we could have seen that market came into these levels, okay, into the discount ranges. So what I usually do is when I pull out my fibs, I go a time frame lower from the time frame that I put my fibs on. Okay, this is just something that I recently developed, and then I pick, okay, the pause that happened, the closest pause that happened, which is this one. Okay, and then the extreme would have obviously been this one, but I'll be more certain that I would expect reaction from this one and not this one, because these are volatility indices, they move fast. With currencies I would have maybe expected market to create a deeper retracement into these zones. Okay, but since these are VIX, the first one that you see after you pull out your fibs, that's the one that you use. Okay, so I'll not go into details on that a lot. Maybe I'll have to do a dedicated video to that. Okay, so we are still, let me still switch back to the daily so that you can see exactly what is happening. So after this change of character, the next thing that happens is a break of structure, which is right over here. Okay, you have a break of structure, and then after the break of structure you can pull out your fibs from where the market starts to go down. Okay, to retrace rather. Go down is not the correct term. And then you see what had happened, we hit the 50 just there. So if I move to the lower time frame like this, you'll realize that I would have been waiting for market to push into these zones, which it did not. So I think I even had a setup where I drew some form of liquidity here, thinking market might retrace back, but it did not, which is fine, you know. my goal is to not, as a trader, your duty is to not predict the future, but rather react to market movements. Okay, so we are still on the daily. Okay, this one came right on the 50%. It did not go back to the pause that happened. It did not go back to the demand zone. It just bounced exactly off of the 50. And then if you look at this move from here to here, so many pips involved. So allow me to just continue marking up my structures, because that's what I'm doing on the daily, just marking up structure and also trying to develop a story behind what the market is actually doing. Okay, so what had happened is, after we came here, we created a high. Okay, this candle created a high and this candle created a low. So we had a higher high, a higher low, and now we have a higher high. So eventually what you can see here, I can just show you what you can see here is market reacting off of this zone. Okay, the unfortunate part is that I do not have the weekly chart. We do not have the weekly chart on these derived indices, but it would have made it more interesting to understand this story that is happening here. Okay, but the weekly chart is only on the Meta 5, which I find to be very ugly and unusable. So I just stick to this, even though I have limited data with it. So eventually, I don't know, in the near future, we would be also be expecting a push into these levels, and then maybe a continuation of market onto the upside. So that's one of the scenarios, okay, that could happen, which is what I just showed you here. Okay, I put out my fib level. You can see some form of rejection happening here. So I'm saying what is possible is that market can come into the discount and hit any of the OBs, any of the poles that were here, and then we'll see market carry on to the upside, or it can simply just go from here. All these were scenarios as I was plotting to see what market was doing on the daily. So I think this is it on the daily. So this is the story of the daily time frame. We can see that market was creating lower lows, and now market is creating high highs and higher lows. So when we switch to the lower time frames, our main focus will just be on buying. Okay, so let me move to the 4-hour time frame. Okay, so just about the same thing, and you can see that for this one, allow me to just take out this. Our pause would have been here. Okay, our pause would have been here. In the event that there is a retracement, then the level we would be looking at is this one. Okay, but as at now, there isn't any retracement. Okay, so we can still keep this level just over here. We'll stretch it when we see market starts to come down. So what had happened here was this: we have the same thing happening here, which is okay, a clear break of structure to the upside. Okay, and then as I said, once you have a break of structure and you see market has started to retrace, you pull out your fibs like a smart guy would do, and then you see that you have your discount and your premium, and then this was your clear pause. So there are people who were buying on this part here, obviously got stopped out. Okay, if we go on the lower time frame, we'll see, I'll show you. There were people who are trying to buy on this level 37.6283. There were people who tried, and of course they had some, but eventually market went on to this one. So as I said, when you pull out your fibs, you go to the time frame lower. In this case, could have been the 2 hour or the 1 hour, according to your liking. So we are not picking levels that come back into the zone. We're picking levels that happened before market went and broke structure. So obviously this would have been your level. Okay, this would have definitely been your level, your point of interest, and you would be looking for lower time frame confirmations to carry market to the upside. Okay, so after this, what we are expecting is for market to break this zone. We call it the inducement zone. This is where market in this case would trap sellers. Okay, this is where you see market come like this and then push, okay, grab all the liquidity that it would have created with this move. So this level is called the inducement level, where you are induced to sell when the actual market movement is the upside. Okay, so what had happened was, with the expectation of, okay, we had a high, higher low, higher high, higher low, we're expecting market to create a higher high, continuing the pattern that it has been creating. Okay, breaking structures to the upside. That's what we're expecting. Okay, so what had happened was, I saw this move here. Okay, wanted to study now what was currently happening here, forgetting everything behind. Okay, what was happening currently here. So what we can see is minor structure, okay, which is, I do not want to mark it up because my charts will be dead, but we have a high, okay, higher low, higher high, higher low, and we had a higher high here, and then what had happened, a change of character here. Okay, after that we had changed into a downtrend, creating a new lower low, okay, and a new lower high. So we were expecting market to continue to the downside, but what had happened, there was a change of character here, which I was so interested in. Okay, let me mark up this change of character here. we had a change of character, and I said after a change of character, what do you do as a smart guy? You pull out your fib to check out your premium and your discount ranges. After that, you go to the time frame lower than that. So in this case would be the 1 hour, since it's the 2 hour time frame that we are on. Okay, you want to look for the pause. So where market was moving impulsively and then stopped and then continued. So this is what we are looking for. An order block, an IFC, I do not know, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so I could not see the pause on this time frame. So let's go to the 15-minute, see if there is a pause. Okay, and then here we go. Nothing complicated. Okay, nothing complex about this thing, just pure price action knowledge and a lot of study hours, of course. So at that time, I think this is where I was, and then I had marked up some form of trendline liquidity which was happening right on top of this zone, which gave me even more confidence, because I know all those guys, the Falcon guys, whatever they call themselves, they would have been looking for longs here. Of course, they also have market structure in mind, but to no avail. Obviously, as you can see, market came and pushed into the zone and off it went. Okay, so let me just compare what is happening now before I move on to the 1 minute to show you the exact entry. Let me just compare what is happening right now with what I drew a couple of hours ago. So this is what I drew. Okay, same thing. This line is the inducement zone. Okay, and then this is what is happening now. Okay, this is what is happening now. Okay, see this level? Same as this, everything same, no tricks. Okay, no tricks. So now let me show you how I'm able to find and refine this zone. So I'd gone on the 1 minute. Okay, same thing that we were doing on the higher time frame, we will be doing on the lower time frame. Okay, so allow me to just move this here. Remember, we want our charts to be very clean. So we can see the same thing that you remember. That's why I said learn market structure. We had a low, a lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, and then we're interested in the most recent one. Okay, because it would be tiring if you started marking up structure from this long and your charts will look dead. So we just looked at this recent one. This was the low and this was the high. Okay, and this is arguably, no, this is not structure. Why? Because the candle that created the low was not taken out, so this is not structure. What is structure is this. So if I can just show you here. Oops, let me show you where my mind is. Remember, we had a break of structure here. Hope my charts don't look dirty. We had a break of structure here, okay, and then we had a change of character here, because this was the first push to the upside, taking out the previous lower high. So my goodness. Okay, we had market break structure. It closed above. Remember, when we're talking about break of structure, we're talking about market closing above. So when you're on the 1 minute, I do not think there is necessarily need to pull out your fibs and everything, okay? Because you would have had this level, and then the extreme would have been this one, okay? So of course, as you can see, market came on the extreme, which is this one here, okay? And then this is where you found me starting the video from, okay? So I got you there. I didn't get you lost. I showed you. Did I take the long one? So, and then obviously we'll be targeting the inducement level here, but of course with our knowledge, market can continue going to the upside after touching this inducement. So make sure you like, subscribe, recommend my channel to your friends, your family, everybody interested in forex, especially this derived. You know, I only trade derived indices exclusively, nothing else. The one who brought me into the game found them trading these things, so that's how I fell in love with them. So steadily market is moving up to the upside, okay? In the event that maybe market fails to break structure and starts going to the downside, if you watched my video, you could have seen that there is a level down here that we left somewhere, okay? You can go back for it on the daily, but as for now, we are scalping buys. So already huge pips into profit as we speak, and this is as simple, nothing complicated. You mark out your structure, you pull out your fibs, you get to the point where you found a pole, and then you see. So make sure you backtest this knowledge, don't just jump in it. Make sure you backtest. Prove me wrong if you have to, but I can literally go on so many things. So I'll surely, maybe in the video editing, I'll do some befores and after at the end, just to show you how I've been having like crazy entries with this strategy. Make sure you like, you subscribe, backtest my strategy, learn market structure, don't be lazy, learn market structure, understand the story that the markets are telling you. So thanks for joining me, guys. God bless you. Shalom.